everybody, it's Mary back here with more of 30 Days of Inspiration. And thanks for coming and checking out my channel. So appreciate you being here with me today, where we're going to talk about happiness. The happiness movement is here. Really, it's more about positive psychology than anything, but there's a lot of research. Harvard, Stamford are all doing research on that happiness movement. People are measuring this. Like, I don't know. Isn't it just about life and living and being in the present moment? You know, we have choices, right? We make so many choices every day. I can't remember how many actually decisions or choices that they say that we make every day, but it's a lot. So I have a choice in my level of happiness, or for me, I kind of think of it as being merry or not. Right? Being merry. It's kind of hard for me not to be merry, but you know, some days I'm not so merry. Today, you know, I kind of had to work at it. So if you've got one of those days going where you've got to work at your happiness or your being merry moment, then listen to this quote by Shakespeare. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. So, you know, I'm all about visions. I'm all about using imagery and visualization to get you on a path. Get you on a path, because once you claim that space, then you can step into it. But when you take a look at dreams, and sometimes they can elude us, but we're made of them, right? As Shakespeare says, we are such stuff as our dream. And if that is true, then there are some things that we can do to help push that dream along. And in turn, what that does is it, voila, creates happiness. It creates passion. It creates drive, creativity, movement. So happiness is actually about the present moment. So I can visualize, as I do a lot with my upcoming vision board, even starting January 15th, but I visualize a lot, whether it's with imagery or words. I'm constantly surrounded by things that I want to gravitate to, a way of me unfolding into the next best version of myself each and every day. Now, in order for me to do that, I take my imagery, my dream of this fulfillment that I want to unfold or unravel in my life. I take a look at that and I come up with a plan for movement. And that movement comes from being present in the experience. It's being present here with you. It's being present in a conversation. It's taking a look at something that I want to accomplish, a dream, something that I want to unfold in my life. And instead of becoming fearful about, oh my gosh, that's not for me, that's for somebody else, I can take a look at that image or those group of words like, we are such stuff. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. If that's true, then it's up to me to make that happen. I have a decision to make today about what I'm going to do toward that goal. Because once I begin to create that movement and I get little tiny wins along the way, that movement, it's kind of like, you know, if you've ever built a snowman and you start out with a small snowball and then you roll it down the hill or across the field until it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. That's similar to what happens when we step into these dreams that are part of us, as Shakespeare says, is that that movement creates little wins for us. It tells us that it's okay, that we can go further. So it's in this being present also sets aside the fear, because I can't be here thinking about abundance and creating movement, stepping toward this idea of me that I want, this new thing that's going to become me that I want. I can't be in that space of abundance and also be thinking about lack. Those two are like oil and water. They don't mix. You're going to get splatters, right? Happiness is so important that the UN, the United Nations, actually has a World Happiness Report. The UN started tracking happiness because happiness equates with well-being. It equates with how we see the world, how we view our lives. So if countries are beginning to measure their happiness, maybe it's time to start taking a look at the dreams that we're made of and the small movements that can create this plentiful, because the universe is totally abundant, totally here for you. In creating that movement is creating that snowball effect that moves you from a dream to creation, to fulfillment, to passion, to purpose, all the while as you are in a mode of happiness. Being happy all the time isn't kind of realistic. There are times when you're not going to feel like it. You're not going to be in sync with anything. Everything's going to seem frustrating. It's going to seem to get in your way. However, you can stay there. You know, you can have a day in bed where you're going to pull the covers over your head, or you're going to sit on the couch and you're going to watch movies like all day. However, you've got to strike that balance. And in striking the balance is taking a look at where you are. Taking a look at where you are right now and what is the small shift that needs to be made. What's that coping mechanism that's inside of you, the coping mechanism to help you navigate the ups and downs of life? Because we're not all going to be happy all the time. However, it is available to us. It is, really. It's a choice. And it begins with being present in the moment. And certainly there are things that you can do that will help you to navigate these ups and downs of life and create these coping mechanisms, if you will. Being grateful, showing gratitude toward, life, toward the life that you've been given. I'll tell you, there's something good about it. Connecting with like-minded people. Be around people that like to do the same things that you like to do, the same books that you like to read, the same conversations that you like to have, or places to eat, or things to drink, or things that you like to learn. Exercise, that is always a choice. And it doesn't have to be lengthy. There's proven statistics now that you can exercise for 7 minutes as long as you're getting your heart rate up and be done with it. I like my 20 or 30 minutes personally, but again, that's a choice. Because exercise is going to lead to what? Better sleep. Then, sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, like last night I did. I just couldn't seem to get comfortable. What I did at 3 a.m. was I took my yoga mat out and I put on a yoga for sleep 10-minute video, put my earbuds in and did my 10 minutes of yoga, wrapped the mat back up and went right back to bed. That quieting your mind, going into a meditative state, being in service to others, lending a hand to somebody in need. And then if all else fails and you just are miserable, then don't be afraid to seek help, and certainly don't feel bad about it. Don't feel like, oh my God, what are other people going to think or say? Because when it comes right down to it, sometimes we all need a little help. We all need a hand out and a hand up. So take a look at your happiness. What areas of your life maybe are you not so happy? What is that thing that you could do to work toward that happiness in that area of your life? Because as Shakespeare said, it is all inside of us, right here, all ready and waiting for us to take part. Get your journal out, write these steps down that when you get stuck, because you will, it's life, it's part of life. And know that life is not always merry, but we can always look toward happiness. So that's what I've got for you today in our 30 days of inspiration. If you like what you heard and you feel like someone in your life could use this message, then don't hesitate to share this video with them. Put down in the comments where you go. Maybe it's a place that you go to get happy. Maybe it's a thing that you do, or something that you eat, or something that in your life that brings you happiness that you look to when you are down or stuck. Because you never know who that might help that is watching this video. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you right back here tomorrow morning with another 30 days of inspiration. Ciao for now.